Superior Court of California, County of Los Angeles, in the matter of the people of the state of California versus Orenthal James Simpson, case number BA097211. We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Nicole Brown Simpson, a human being, as charged in count 1 of the information. Superior Court of the State of California, County of Los Angeles, in the matter of the people of the State of California versus Orenthal James Simpson. We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Ronald Lyle Goldman, a human being, as charged in count 2 of the information. We, the jury, in the above entitled action, further find the special circumstance that the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, has in this case been convicted of at least one crime of murder of the first degree and one or more crimes of murder of the first or second degree to be not true. Signed this 2nd day of October 1995, Juror 230. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, is this your verdict? So say you one, so say you all.
Yeah. So that was a flashback to the acquittal of O.J. Simpson, who died yesterday at the age of 76 following a battle with cancer. His family released a statement from his official X account earlier today, writing, quote, "On April 10th, our father, Orenthal James Simpson, succumbed to his battle with cancer. He was surrounded by his children and grandchildren. During this time of this transition, his family asks that you please respect their wishes for privacy and grace," end quote. Now, he might have gotten off scot-free for his alleged actions down here on Earth, but now he's going before the Heavenly Father for his final judgment, and it's out of our hands. Of course, I'm not looking to bash him now that he's gone. I don't want to do that, but I do want to discuss some of the important aspects of his life and the impact of his infamous trial on the criminal justice system in modern America, which has largely been corrupted by politics. So, without further ado, let's revisit some of the facts. Orenthal James Simpson first gained national attention as a star athlete in college football, winning the Heisman Trophy in 1968 while playing for the University of Southern California Trojans. He later went on to play 11 seasons in the NFL, primarily for the Buffalo Bills, where he was widely considered to be one of the best running backs in franchise history. Millions of Americans looked up to him as an athlete and as a man, and many people affectionately referred to him as the Juice, not knowing about the dark side of his personality. But this dark side would later be revealed during his trial for the murders of both his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ronald Goldman, in 1994. And the subsequent trial was one of the most widely watched events in our nation's history. O.J. Simpson and Nicole Brown Simpson were married from 1985 to 1992, and O.J. actually pleaded no contest to spousal abuse in 1989. But when Nicole's and Ron's bodies were found lifeless outside of Nicole's condo in the Brentwood neighborhood of Los Angeles, just several years later, O.J. became a top suspect. He was charged with the murders, and even though he was ultimately found not guilty in his criminal trial, as you just saw, he was found guilty of their deaths about 2 years later in a civil case brought forward by the families of the victims. He even paid out about $33 million in damages by the time of his death. So maybe the victims did get some tiny sliver of justice after the fact, although his acquittal in the criminal case was still absurd. The entire country and the rest of the world couldn't stop following this trial, and just about everybody waited for the verdict to come down, including the prominent television star Oprah Winfrey, who actually watched the verdict come down with her audience on TV. And I don't blame her either, because his legal team used every dirty trick in the book to paint him as an innocent man, despite the mountain of evidence against him, including one of the gloves that was recovered from the scene of the crime. Now, at trial, when he couldn't get the glove to fit on his hands, his own defense lawyer, Johnny Cochran, famously said, quote, "If it doesn't fit, then you must acquit." And this moment became one of the most defining moments in the entire trial, as it was one of the things that led to his disturbing acquittal, setting the stage for a new chapter in our country's history and for the legal system. There was a mountain of political pressure from the local community to let him go. And instead of looking at the facts objectively, It seems like the political climate at the time led to his not guilty verdict. However, even though he got off scot-free for these murders, he was later convicted in 2008 on 12 counts of armed robbery and kidnapping 2 sports dealers at gunpoint, landing him in a Nevada prison for 9 years.